Hello, chat room. Hello. Oh my goodness. I can't believe what I just saw. I died alone in the intro fighters. Intro, I can't believe it. I was enjoying watching myself bounce around, but welcome. Hello. We are chilling, hanging out in this intro of the very first, what I'm tentatively calling Mashed Potato Monthly. Hooray! Hooray! Hold on, I'm gonna put myself. I'm gonna get back in the game with the exact same thing. Uh-oh. No! It swapped me to man! And now I have the, it's like I have one, you can see both of my hands now. Well, I guess we're man now. Also, there's some nice new background music to listen to. Hopefully it's coming through alright, not double audio. We will have to wait for someone to confirm. Even though I spent a good while testing things. It's okay. It's gonna be a bit of a scuffed first run. That's how they all are at the beginning. The chat room will give people a few more minutes here to see if, and then if we can get any fighting action. I want to fight somebody. Fight me, someone! Simply type in the chat for a random emote, or you can type exclamation point emote and then type the emote, as I have done twice, for a specific emote. What does that say? Super bouncy? I left all the events on. I think I might turn them off though. This is, maybe I'll turn off the ones that can kill me. I guess right now that just means that I'm the winner of the, well, not yet. I like how he goes over the text and stuff. Also, what a logo. Right? Wow. Not bad for 15 minutes of tinkering. But this is still, that's probably temporary. I say that, but I know how this goes, and it'll end up being the permanent thing. Because maybe eventually I change it and people will be like, no, it looks weird now. I'll also probably think that too. Can I spawn in another emote? Can I fight myself? Probably not. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna do it again. Sad. Oh well. Wait, it's swapping it again. No! No! Now it's just a Pepe, please. Also, chat, you can get other weapons besides fists. I think I've just spawned in with a fists twice now. But anyways, this is the first Mashed Potato Monthly. I should have maybe put a number 1, but it's actually for January. Oh yeah, I realized we're already off to not a great start, chat. The first Mashed Potato Monthly for 2025 is taking place in the second month of... Oh, that reminds me. I need to pay my rent. After I already told myself multiple times, like, oh, I have to pay my rent. Let's pay it right now before I forget again. And then I didn't do it. I'm gonna do it right now, guys. Pardon me. You see, you never know what's gonna happen. Pay that rent right now. Oh, Stabby McGee's is in, and it's time to fight, guys. You fool. You've stepped into the realm. Stepped into the yellow rectangle. Well, welcome. Let's see how it goes, chat. It's two fists against each other. I wonder if you can make the emotes bigger. Oh shit! No! Stabby, look out! There's arrows falling from the sky! Shield me! I died, guys. I died also. Oh, wait. No. I'm getting distracted from paying my rent. Here. Alright, I'm in again, and now I'm gonna pay the rent. Nice. Stabby McGee, the first ever Intro Fighters champion on our channel. That is truly a truly a title. And he... Oh, I thought he was about to kill me again. Also, how cool is it the game keeps track of how many kills you get? Irek, welcome. What? No, you can't use... I was supposed to get rid of that emote. What? Where is it? Let's see if it works. He's in! Oh my gosh. First time winner can never be taken away. Can you add notes to people's names like in Discord on Twitch? Because I would totally do that. He's in! Oh, I got him! Get out of here, Irek. And also, yeah, if you want to pop in again, you can just do another emote. Also, yeah, gotta pay my rent, guys. Paid my rent live on stream. Let me just go ahead and read out all my numbers here. Just kidding. The 3 wacky numbers on the back. Wow, we're still fighting? An epic duel is taking place over on my other screen. Also, welcome, Irek. Oh shit! Am I about to win? I won! Nice RP, Stabby. Excellent. Oh shit, Stabby's got a knife! He's got a knife! Oh god! Irek's down! Oh god! Glorp cat! Alright, rent has been paid, lads. Welcome though. We're just hanging out. I'm doing an extra long intro for our first Mashed Potato Monthly because Intro Fighters is cool. Also, hopefully the background music is not too loud. And hopefully it's not too quiet. Also, I got 3 kills. I'm unstoppable. I should have been paying more attention. We'll give it a little bit more time here, chat, and then we will get started talking about some stuff. It seems that I'm the victorious. No one dares challenge me again. Random scaling. Also, there's random events. We just got one called random scaling. I think I'm getting smaller. I don't know. Oh Jesus! Irek's coming in with the mace. Look out! He's jumping right towards. Oh god! Oh Jesus Christ! It's a one shot KO. Oh god! That's it. It's time for me to pull out the ultimate emote. I don't know what it could be. There's so many. It's time. Meowdy! Total kills leader. Look at that banner. Wait, it's just holy what? I can throw fireballs. Alright, you guys aren't beating that. Irex back with oh shit. Stabby almost punched me. He just punched me punched me 2 times and I'm dead. This game's cheating. Imagine if the game let the streamer just like pull out a gun and shoot the other characters. You just throw your sword? This is amazing. Also, alright. We'll see who wins. It almost doesn't matter. Stabby is the de facto winner of the oh, and he wins again! Excellent. Excellent. We may play with intro fighters on other streams, but yeah, I thought that it would be pretty cool to show that off. You can download that. It's a pay what you want kind of a deal. And you can always send the link to someone later if they're interested. Because I don't have it ready right now. Sorry. Let me go ahead and turn it off now. We're going to turn off intro fires. No more little icon either. And we can get started. So, what is this thing that we're doing? What is this? And why are we here? This is Mashed Potato Monthly, as I've already said. It's time for a trial run. So what is this? What are we doing? Where is the video game? Right? Calm down, chatters. Imaginary chatters that I'm using for my scenarios, again, that I do often. This is our new monthly chatting stream. Again, tentatively named Extra Scuffed Edition, since it's the first one. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things, like real life things. Like real life relating to my life kinds of things. No political discussions or culture or celebrity gossip here because it's just not in my realm of knowledge. We'll also be talking about things that happened on the stream, as well as music, and probably other things as time goes on. Because I definitely want it to be a co-op adventure, so to speak. But kind of the main goal for it being monthly is that we're going to be looking at the last month, which would be January in this case, and what we're going to be doing for next month. And also, I have some doodles in here. Hooray! There's a little plant growing. That's us, chat. That's us right now. We're growing into something. Who knows? Could be beautiful, maybe not. Also, we have our agenda there. So, continuing the agenda of random chatting. I'm going to talk about some furniture. So, this past, I think last month, and probably other times before, I've mentioned that I have like no furniture in my house, in my apartment, and I've never really had any furniture in my apartment. Except for like a bed. You know those memes where it's like guys really think it's okay to live like this, and it's like a recliner and a TV? And yeah, that was basically the situation that I have going on. Stabby, your January recall is the Morrowind Monday getting lost, trying to give a chest a bone. It took way too many tries and way too many reloads. But, you know, we finally did it, and then I found out, I looked it up, because I was curious, what happens if you fail the quest. There's actually a second part to that quest. And so there is a chance that we will play Morrowind again, and if we do, we will absolutely get the wrap-up to that quest. So yeah, that was a pretty fun one-off stream, except that I got way too tilted trying to navigate that city. Who knows though? Maybe I just need to get good. You know, we have a map. Very tilted. Yes, too tilted. Too tilted. That's minus some minus points for me. Just like the Marvel Rivals stream the other day. But it happens. I'm not denying that I occasionally get too tilted. Which is why I cannot which is why I avoid certain games, cuz I just know, man. That's also why Marvel Rivals is currently hidden in my game library, and why I got matchmaking banned again for 5 minutes the last time I played. But back to furniture. The things that I've ordered, I've drawn them there. It looks like probably a crazy drawing, but it's 2 stools and like a table, and the table can like fold outwards. Also, hey, it's no problem going out of topic or out of order. It's no big deal at all, because I mean, I'm just talking about random stuff anyway. Why did I move each year? I think like a reverse hermit crab. I think it was so it's for different reasons, but let's see, like 1 year I moved to get closer to my job. Then 1 year I lived there for like 2 or 3 years, maybe just 1 year. Then I moved to get a better place to live, because that's when COVID hit and everyone was working from home. It's because not paying rent. Now you know, actually I can get to a not paying rent story as well. But yeah, then I moved farther away from my job because we were working from home all the time. And then my job was like, hey, we want people to start coming in 1 day a week. The literal week that I signed the papers for my new place that's super far away from my job. So now I live far away from my job. And then I found out that that neighborhood was not a good fit for me. And then I moved again to where I'm at now. So I've moved like 4 times in the last few years. And now I'm feeling pretty good at this place, which is part of the reason why I bought some furniture, and also partly just because it's like, you know, you gotta have something, you know what I mean? Because like I mentioned it there, it's kind of like an animal decorating its habitat. There's like a specific gif I think about of a fish dragging its belly in the sand, and he's like making a pattern in the sand, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But he's like doing that to like attract mates. And while I don't particularly care about my furniture, I feel as if it is a necessary requirement in order for me to find a suitable mate in the future, if I were to ever be so lucky as to have not even just a mate, but even just friends over as well. You can't invite people over and then you have a house that's just completely empty. That would be suspicious. Talk to you about the rug. The rug is a rug, and my cat threw up on it the other day. Feels bad, man. But because it's not a thick rug, it was easy to clean and there's no stains. Boom! Woo! But yeah, I don't know. I questioned talking about this at all, because it's like kind of like a negative thing, but you know, I think the bigger thing is that we ordered some furniture, and you know, we didn't spend too much money on it, so you know, we don't have to feel like it was a waste. But you know, maybe if I would have spent more money, I'd have been more satisfied. Probably not, though. I already feel like I spent too much money on it. It's nice to, you know what though? It's nice to not eat on the floor on a cardboard box. That's what we were doing prior to this. So you know what? That's a win. And I did put effort into it, trying to make them match and everything. but who knows? I don't know if it looks good or not. It did not buy it from IKEA though. I went one step above IKEA to this place called Wayfair. Not sponsored. Hashtag. Next. Leveling up from a cardboard box table, good job. Yeah, I think that's specifically what I had in Animal Crossing. I remember I put that in my house in Animal Crossing. I was like, that seems good. And then then one day I realized I was doing that in real life. The next one. Samurai Flamenco's spirit fires up inside of me and other people, perhaps, and they just don't know it. But, chat, I started watching that anime that's about a Red Ranger who becomes an adventurer in another world. That anime is called The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World. So, it's already, like, right up my alley with the humor immediately. As you all know, my common joke of playing Chef RPG, it's the RPG where you play as a chef. So of course I'm down with the Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World anime. Yeah, it might sound silly, but I've been wanting to get into anime again, and when I was watching it, I felt super nostalgic. Just like oddly nostalgic. Not for anything specific, but just, I guess, some certain tropes and things, you know. It's just really, yeah, like years of anime watching coming back all at once, kind of. Stabby, you're a big One Punch Man fan? Yeah, me too. You know, I don't know if I'm up to date. I think there's a new season of the anime coming out. I'm probably behind on the manga because I'm not really much of a manga reader. One Punch Man, yeah, is very on the nose. It does what it says. Yeah, I love it. It's even better than everything being in just one punch, because while that is kind of what it's like at first, he does, you know, he has his other moves in his, like, well, I won't spoil it, but he has other moves that are still punch related. Season 2's on Netflix or the high seas. I think I've watched season 2, but I really like. Who is your favorite character? Would you say? I really like King, and really like Moomin Rider. Moomin Rider is probably my favorite. I don't want to talk about what happens to Moomin Rider though, but he's my favorite. He's so cool. He's like a true hero. But yeah, this anime also, which I'm trying to, what other characters? How about One Piece? I haven't actually watched One Piece. I feel like I feel bad not having watched One Piece, because when I was growing up, I ended up being a fan of Naruto, not One Piece. Not that you have to be one or the other, but you know, I feel like I could get into one. I could get into one of them, and I ended up getting into Naruto instead. And now Boruto's out, and I'm sad about that because it just doesn't feel the same. And One Piece seems freaking awesome. You've only seen the live action. The anime's 1,000+ episodes. So you've only seen the live action One Piece? That's pretty interesting. I mean, my first memories of One Piece is just seeing it on Toonami, like random episodes. I feel like on Toonami, just constantly hearing about this pirate with rubber powers and their rap song intro. But you know, I think the cool part about that is, like, it's always there to catch up on. But at the same time, it seems like what's happening in One Piece right now seems really cool. Like, you know, if you're not caught up to current events, I won't spoil things, but there's like new powers and new things being unlocked, you know? It's pretty cool. It's always cool to get new abilities, but this is taking it a bit further than just like, he made himself even stretchier, or he made himself hard now. Hold on. But hard with, like, you know, One Piece energy powers. But this anime that we were talking about, the Red Ranger, I've only watched the one episode of it. There's 3 episodes out right now, I think, or maybe 4 at this point. I've only watched the one. But it's I had a moment where I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. So the bad guy's name is the Breakup King. And I was like, what? Why is he called the Breakup King? That must be just like a translation, like localization error. I don't want to say error, but like an awkward translation. But then later I realized, no wait, the character powers up with bond plates that you can see there. I drew one almost, it looks exactly like it from the show, basically. And it's like a band-aid. Wasn't Homer the Breakup King one episode? No, I don't know about that. I haven't actually watched much of The Simpsons. When I was growing up, I used to watch The Simpsons as like a small potato, and then my parents were like, "You can't watch that show anymore." I was like, "Why?" Now I understand why, but I feel like it's still fairly tame compared to what most adult cartoons are doing nowadays. But he's called the Breakup King, and the heroes have like band-aid like devices, because they're called like the Adhesive Squadron Kazuna 5 or something like that, adhesive like band-aids, and they have a band-aid in their logo, and they talk about the power of bonds. And so of course they mean like friendship bonds, you know, like relationship bonds, but they also mean like very literally like bonding, like an adhesive band-aid, like sticking to something, kind of bonding. And that's why the bad guy is the Breakup King, because he breaks up bonds and relationships. And it was like, when I realized that, I was like, oh my, this whole show is like, there's like multiple layers of comedy happening, and they don't even acknowledge it. That's just what it is. You watched a Family Guy episode last night and Peter dressed. Oh my goodness. That sounds, yeah, see, doesn't that sound crazy? That sounds like something like shocking, right? Whereas like in The Simpsons, it's like, I think, wasn't there one episode where like Homer gives up his dental insurance or something? And Lisa needs braces. Like that's like a pretty tame, that's like can happen to people in real life. Not like that. But yeah, anyways, this show is pretty good. It's about a Red Ranger who goes to a typical fantasy adventure world. But I am kind of curious about how they're going to treat his mage companion, even though I don't care for the way that she's dressed. I still think that her goal is pretty interesting, of wanting to restore her family's name, basically. They're like a magic family within the kingdom, and they were what's the right word? Overthrown by another family, and so then they were cast out of the castle, and now she's trying to come up with like something worthwhile to prove that their family is worthy of controlling all of the magic in the kingdom. Also, yeah, no worries. Also, yes, I've had this thought and forgotten it many times, but now it's on stream officially. we should make my anime list on stream sometime, chat, because I think at this point I'm like a fossil of an anime watcher, and so it could be funny maybe to see what ones I've seen and haven't seen. You know, I feel like I've watched a lot of one-off ones that people would probably not really like care for, but I love those types. So you enjoyed the live action Cowboy Bebop? That's cool. I do remember them seeing that now. I think people really praising at least how accurate the designs of the characters were, perhaps. But you know, I've never watched Cowboy Bebop. Now, see, that's what, if we did the My Anime List stream, I would say that people would be like, "What? What? No way!" But that one falls under the like you can watch that anytime kind of classic, I think. But chat room, yes, maybe consider checking out the Red Ranger Becomes an Adventure in Another World. I will keep you updated on how it goes. Here and there. Or if you have any other recommendations, feel free to let me know. Next. Oh yeah. Attack on Titan. Now I have seen like 99% of Attack on Titan. I'm pretty sure I did not finish it because I mean I've seen like the very end, but then I'm like, what happened though at the very end? Like I don't remember. I feel like I when I was catching up, there was only like an episode or two left that wasn't out yet, and I caught up before those came out, and then I never watched the last one. You think you're a season behind? Well, hopefully you can enjoy, because I thought that was really cool. Of course, I think nothing can compare though to like when it was all coming out fresh and new, because when everything was truly a mystery. But you know, if you don't know the mystery behind the show, you should consider yourself lucky and maybe consider watching it, because I thought it was really cool, and I think a lot of other people do too, because it's definitely like one of the most popular ones of modern times, right? That's not an official record by any means, but I don't think there's any denying its popularity. But next, we have an update. This one's more related to the stream. Alert, alert! New alerts coming soon, TM, because, you know, I don't know when I'm going to get to it. Alert! Yeah, it's an alert for alerts. But hopefully you guys can help me make sense of this, because I don't understand this at all. But yeah, I want to add some new alerts. You know, right now we can get follower alerts. We can also do raid alerts, but it's kind of nice that I don't have to think about a bajillion different types of alerts. I want to have like enough that we don't hear repeats too often. I don't know how many that'll be, but basically I'm just going to keep adding to the library of alerts over time. And there's no date on when I'm going to have that set up by, because I just have to farm the sound clips. But I thought it might be fun if we listen to a preview of one, because I think I have 3 right now, and I thought maybe it would be fun to listen to one. And I was gonna spin a number wheel, and I don't have that ready, so I'm just gonna pick one randomly for you all. But before I do that, tell me if this makes sense to you all. You can select the alerts to have rarities, okay? So ultra rare only happens if that exact condition is met, whatever it is. But super rare is 20 times more likely to happen than ultra, and rare is more likely to happen than that. Uncommon is 300 times more likely, and common is 1,000 times more likely. So clearly, common, you know, it makes sense. Common, uncommon, rare, super rare. That's the order it's going to appear in. But how do you say the odds that you're gonna get a super rare versus a common? Because if you say it's a 1 in 1,000 chance to get common versus a 1 in 20 chance of super rare, that makes it sound like you're gonna get super rare a lot more than common, right? So I was trying to explain how the odds work and type this out, and I could not I could not restate it in a way that made sense. But the point is that there's 5 levels of rarity, and I want to think of a really cool super rare, ultra rare follower alert. But what could it be? I have no idea. What could it be? I don't know. It could be anything. Also, the Michael Jackson popcorn meme, I'm not sure. I don't get that one. But we have, like I said, a few clips already that I've collected that we can check out. But I have to find them. Also, they might be loud. Prepare your headphones. Okay. Basically, I realized... Well, I had a thought where I was like, I want to use sound bites from Hololive members for my alerts, but I feel like that's like not allowed. Isn't that like against the rules? They're pretty loose on the rules of what you can and can't do, and they spell out a lot of stuff. But I feel like I don't know if that's for or against the rules. But then I thought about it. I was like, wait, but on YouTube, clippers all the time they do that all the time. Like at the end of their videos, they'll have the streamer there, and they'll have them saying like, thanks for watching, blah blah blah, subscribe, blah blah blah, and they're using it for their channel. So I think as long as I'm not just kind of like when it comes to doing fan art, as long as I'm not defacing them or, you know, in other words, painting a negative picture of them, and, you know, it's not like I'm on my stream doing horrible, illegal things and then having them as my alerts, that I would be all right. So I'm thinking that I'm good. And so when I finally got over that in my mind, that's when I started collecting some of these clips. And I will now play one of them. How about this one? It's 5 seconds long. Are you ready? Hold on, it might be loud though, so sorry if it's super loud. Good. What do you think? It didn't seem that loud. What do you think? All right. I wonder, for those that don't know what that is, what would they even think that sound like? What is that, you wonder? That is a sound clip from Bibu and Fauna when they were playing Hitman, and that's the sound / repeated sound that Bibu would make when she would sneak up on someone and choke them out. And I don't know why that one, it just makes me laugh. Just makes me laugh. It's not really much of a follower notification, thank you, but you know what? I'm done hesitating with these types of things. I'm just gonna go for it, you know? So more alerts, some more to some silliness like that on the way. Soon, TM. Next, we're moving into our next segment, should be Mashed Potato Music, question mark, which is not a name that I like, but I don't know what to call things. But let's talk about some music. And it can be something that we've listened to a bunch on stream, or maybe not. Maybe it's something I'm listening to on my own. Sometimes we'll dive into some lyrics, and then sometimes maybe we'll just jam out. Feel free to post anything that you guys have been listening to, and maybe I will check it out after stream. Of course, we can't truly listen to the music for any VOD watchers, but live chatters will be able to jam out to the song that I've chosen for today, which is currently not visible, but got a big question mark. Also, let me get the song ready. That's why I put this pre-screen. Okay, pause this. The song that I've selected is Kanzen Hoki Sengen. I said that wrong, but hooray! It's specifically Mizumiya Su's cover of this song. We've listened to it a few times on stream. I want to play in the background a little bit as we talk about it. But in the music video, we can see Su there, and there's her whole illustration. But she's there ready to do her song, and then, you know, feeling kind of like maybe something's missing. And then later, just a bit later, we see her aura, right? Her literal aura flaring up. Her Su charges at 100%. She has a whole social media kind of motif going on, very cute, as her kind of persona. But we can get into why did I pick this song, which is because it's a song about giving up. The actual title is like a a declaration of complete resignation. So not just giving up, but an extreme, you know, a statement about it, right? Sometimes we need a break or a reminder that giving up is all right. Of course, we all know that kind of sentiment that's repeated online, I think, a lot, but I like that the song is not super positive or overly kind. It's just about being fed up and saying that I've had enough. The song at the very beginning, you know, just talks about giving up right at the beginning, going on later then to say, maybe if we give up now, we'll be able to fly high, you know, with the weight off my shoulders. Maybe may I reach the heavens. So getting rid of the kind of that guilt of holding on to something, and maybe by changing the way you look at it, you can get charged up and figure out what you can do. And here's the little breakdown. Yeah, man. I love this song. It gets me nice and hype. That part especially. Very very cute character singing a very cute song with a semi-important message, right? But I have the lyrics to the little breakdown there on the right. Probably a little hard to follow, but definitely encourage you all to check it out, listen to it. and give it a like, etc., etc. And yeah, I think I forgot to mention, but after that little breakdown, there's a part where they even admit that, you know, it feels pathetic, and if, you know, what if we give up? If we give up now, is it really a bad thing? Who cares? You'll probably think that, you know, I hate this. I feel depressed right away, but it's all nonsense, as they say in the song. That's just the part of you that hasn't given up fully, right? The part that is still struggling to give up. Sounds a lot like I'm saying to just give up completely, but that's definitely not the message of the song. It's to give up on, to choose when to give up, and know when to not. So I'll be talking more about Sue, Hololive device, and which is, you know, Regloss and Flowglow, more eventually in a later stream. But I just wanted to kind of touch on this song a little bit, since we've been listening to it in our intros quite often, and I think it's important to look into this kind of stuff, even if you don't understand the lyrics. You know, when or you can sing along. That doesn't mean that you can't understand the lyrics. It just might take a little bit more effort, and I hope that hopefully I'm able to show off some sides of songs that we listen to that you may have been unaware of. Cool. Also, there's me with some pin light sticks. Hooray! Also, wait, and this drawing of me and Sue at full charge, with both of our auras flaring up. Very nice. Next, I think we're talking about, yes, January's streams. So in January, which was last month, technically as of yesterday, I mean today, we played Locomotive, Path of Exile 2, Marble Rifles, Chef RPG, Hitman World of Assassination, Put the Sausage in the Bud, Morrowind, and Trickshot Simulator, for a total of 51 hours and 29 minutes. I don't know why I bothered to put that time stat in there. I just kind of think it's interesting, some of the stats that I get shown. Iceboom, what up? Welcome. We are about halfway through, a little bit over halfway through, the first ever Mashed Potato Monthly, which is just an experimental chatting stream. We talk about random stuff, music and stuff. Right now we're talking about January streams, and then soon we'll be talking about what we're doing in February. But thanks for dropping by. Chat, we already got a note from Stabby about reminding us of our wonderful time in Vivek in Morrowind, where I got lost and got super omega tilted. Any other favorite moments from January? I think my favorite is Put the Sausage into the Bun, which is why I bolded the text there. I actually played Put the Sausage in the Bun off stream yesterday and beat 2 more levels. And I can't believe it. And you won't believe the last level. That shit, I almost beat it too. But I think I kind of want to play it again on stream, and I'll definitely go back and do those other levels that I didn't show on stream. I also drew a picture of the sausage and the balloons and the bee. Also, chat, if here's where we would watch clips, if I had any, and I put probably a crusty meme at this point, a nice crusty Fairly Odd Parents meme there, but I just kind of gave up on getting clips ready in time, partially, you know, in what's it called, embracing the lyrics of the song we just looked at, of giving up on something that's stressing me out, that's probably not worth worrying about. And because I gave up on it, I was still able to finish Mashed Potato Monthly the first one edition, the extra scuffed edition. So, you know, maybe an example of it in action, who knows? But anyways, chat room, we will both just try to keep our eyes out for good moments. I would appreciate any kinds of clips at all, because it doesn't have to be a perfectly timed clip or anything, but I can see when people have clipped things, and just lets me know that maybe there's something there for me to go in and actually pull out specifically, or not, or maybe you just misclicked and clicked the clip button. That happens too. I actually saw that we did have a Hitman clip from, I forget now who, but someone whose name I didn't recognize from last month that I could have put here. It was me realizing that we are actually gonna have to kill 14 targets instead of 1. And I was like, I was just in shock. I think you could hear it in my voice. But that's alright. No time for clips this time. Maybe next month. Next, February. The plans for February. February has a ton of games coming, guys. I've said it before. I've said it multiple times. Oh, and oh my god, wait, I just realized there's one missing from this list. I don't remember when it comes out. I'm just gonna add a question mark, guys. Sorry. Boom. So, first up, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 comes out on the 4th, which is in 3 days. We are not going to be playing that one, because I did not get to play the first one. I don't want to rush through the first one to get to the second one. And I saw that the second one has a roadmap for other things like hardcore mode and horse racing and some other stuff in the future. So we're going to let Kingdom Come Deliverance get the bugs out, get those updates out, at some point play the first one, and then move in to the second one. That could be like at the end of this year, for all I know. February 7th has a game about digging a hole coming out. You get one guess about what that one's about. Also, falling right into line with Chef RPG, as well as A Red Ranger Becomes an Adventure in Another World. A game about digging a hole is on the list for sure. Civilization 7 comes out on February 11th, which is going to be pretty cool, and I'm tempted to dive into it, even though I haven't played a Civ game in a long time. I got the strategy itch. I'm feeling the itch, so maybe we'll check that out. But the big one on the list, chat, the big one has to be Avowed. But I will talk about that in one moment, chat. I'll be right back. So sorry, 1 minute. Okay, sorry chat, I'm back. I am back, and yes, Avowed is coming out in 2 different days. Might sound weird, but if you paid for the $90 early access, you get to play Avowed on February 13th. if you pay the normal price, which I still think is like probably $70, you get to play on the 18th. But have no fear, chatter who's rolling their eyes at the ludicrous pricing formula for the Avowed game. I have already paid for the early access version, so you can check it out here on February 13th, really fucking early. I'm not holding, you know, I'm gonna be honest, most weekends, I'm kind of twiddling my thumbs in the morning being like, I want to stream, but it's too early for most people, so I'm just gonna wait a few more hours. That's not happening on when Avowed comes out. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna get ready for the day, I'm gonna start streaming at like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., which means it's gonna be 9, 8, 7, 6, like 5 a.m. for people on the West Coast. But that's okay, because I cannot resist. There's also another Yakuza game, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which I think is a really funny title, because before I think I've seen people talk about, oh yeah, the Pirate Yakuza game, but like that's actually what it's called. It's actually called that in the title. So that gets a +1 for me. February 21st is when that one comes out. An honorable mention, which I didn't know about, and I don't really think I'm even gonna get, but I just think is cool. That there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection game coming out, which is like a series of games of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of like old Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Like in one game, I guess. So if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan but don't like all the modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Action, that is just for you. Including me. That would be me as well. And then I think on February 28th, like the last day of February, Monster Hunter Wilds comes out. Now that's when a lot of chat has probably been like, yeah, woohoo! I will also be partaking in some Monster Hunter Wilds. I pray that I will not get too tilted, but I'm going to be using the hunting horn, and we might even see some co-op hunts going on. I wanted to play Marvel Rivals with people, but I'm just so gosh dang awkward and nervous playing those types of competitive games. But Monster Hunter Wilds, I can totally do something like that, probably. So yeah. Also, I drew a really good picture of what I imagine Avowed gameplay looks like, because I've stayed 100% spoiler free, except for one article headline that made it past my defenses. But yeah, we have some magic in a sword, and we're fighting a skeleton with a spear. Wow. I really like how the skeleton looks, if I'm being honest. We clearly got some leg bones and some elbows and ribs. Well, maybe not the ribs. I only gave him 2 ribs on each side. Scrolling down. Oh yes. Oh yeah, so more about Avowed. This is it, chat. This is proof of how ready I am for Avowed. I guess it's not really a competition, but like, this would be my submission for how excited are you for Avowed? Because on December 11th, 2021 at 7:31 p.m., I wrote a text document after I had completed Pillars of Eternity 2, which is the same universe as Avowed. I don't know how much of a time skip has passed since, and I've kind of forgotten what happened in Pillars of Eternity 2. I'll get to that more in a minute. But the point is that was 4 years ago. That was 4 years ago when I wrote that note. And I remember I wrote it in the sense that it's like my character was writing a message to my future character. So it's not just like notes from Mashed Potato talking about the game. It is meant to be like it's meant to be my reason for knowing things that maybe my character shouldn't know in the game of Avowed, because I have this letter. So basically I'm doing some cheating, but I'm role-playing to make it not cheating, but it's also not really cheating because it's just knowledge, and I can't manually forget what happened in the games. Also, I put the image of Avowed's like main graphic there because it looks amazing. Doesn't that look awesome? And when I really looked at it, it's like, what are we looking at? Are those like different biomes? There's like a crystal biome and like a pink tree biome, and then like a blue foresty kind of mushroomy biome maybe. And then there's like a wax city or some kind of fungus city down there and near his stomach, and some kind of weird bulbous thing near his heart, and some kind of orangey coral-like thing near his shoulder. Or it could just be a bunch of nothing. It could just be totally not relevant to the story at all. Now that I think about it, what does avowed even mean? Like, the definition of the word. Oh god, wait, why would I do that? I googled avowed and saw a bunch of stuff about the game. That was close. But chat, we will go ahead and move into our next section, which is still about a little bit, but we're going to talk about some possible upcoming streams, and please don't hold me to these, but they're more like things that are in my mind that I want to do. So I'm putting out some feelers / letting you all know so we can get a little bit excited about them. Possible upcoming stream number 1, a HoloLive day. You might think, how is that different than a normal stream? Well, first of all, touche, I agree that I do often chill for HoloLive, but there would be specific things that we would do, and now that I just thought of another one. So the first one is there's something called the HoloLive Common Test, which is, I believe, meant to be like HoloLive Common Knowledge Test, but every instance I've seen of people talk about it, they don't say knowledge, they just say common test, so I wrote that. It's a test that someone had created that is in the format of some sort of Japanese standardized test that I've taken screenshots of and translated through an image translator, and I need a little bit more time to fully translate it so it makes sense, because sometimes none of the answers, for example, I can answer some of the questions already, some of them I have no idea what they're asking, and some of them I think I could answer if I knew what the answer choices were saying, but unfortunately it's just not a smooth translation for every word, as you can imagine, so I need to just think about it some more and see if I feel like it's worth doing that. Because there isn't an English version, and I wouldn't want to do this and make a lot of mistakes, or I wouldn't want it to be misleading for people who happen to see my translated version of it, because it's probably going to be not great compared to the real test, which is very intense. I don't think you guys understand the difficulty of that test, but it's like analyzing graphs, and there's like a lot of stuff in that test, but it's cool too. It made me wonder what an EN version of the test would be like, but it would have to be like a Scantron. Have you guys, are Scantrons, maybe Scantrons are global now that I think about it. Anybody in chat know what I'm talking about? A Scantron is like a test. It's like a piece of paper. Well, I would call it a test format. I guess it is like a test format, but it's like a piece of paper that could be fed into a machine that would be it would auto grade your results. And they did it for like testing across maybe state or the national level in America. I don't know if it's which level, but basically they always look the same. They're like this skinny, thick kind of paper, and you always had multiple choice for every question. So it's a little different compared to the other tests. I think most of them are multiple choice, but in addition to the common test, there would be HoloLive stats, which I've drawn a picture of, a demo of what that would look like. Maybe it looks familiar. It should. Because it should look like the stat screen from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Which is like a traditional kind of graph. I don't know what kind of graph the name of that graph is, but I thought that would be cool to rate the members and give them stats. It wouldn't be for the same stats they have in JoJo, which is like power and speed and like, I think like growth or something like that and some other stuff, but it would be more like say-so levels. So like how wholesome they are. Maybe a sexy level. Maybe a cute level. A smart level. So just like different categories, right? And definitely would have to caveat that with, it's all from my POV, right? Sometimes someone says one thing and suddenly you have a whole different view on them. Kind of. Not like a wholly different view, but it's like, oh my gosh, wait a second. I didn't know they were like that. Like the other day, Raura Panthera was talking to Crony, and they were talking about Empoleon. You guys know the Pokemon Empoleon? Raura just says like, yeah, like Empoleon. Slight pause. Then she goes, wood. I was like, what? Oh my god. Okay, well. No Vaporeon pasta for Raura. She's good with Empoleon, I guess. What an awful story to have told in the first Mashed Potato Month. What am I doing? Let's move on. The next thing would be to have the Hololive character sorting chart, which is like it's like a website that puts two characters against each other, and then you pick which one you like more, and then it slowly sorts them into a list. So I never did my list for that, and I would like to do that before this upcoming 6th Fest, because I think that the festivals are really fun ways to learn more about different talents, and then I'd like to see how my opinions change after 6th Fest from beforehand. Okay, so that's all. Oh, and then maybe some more stuff. But the more stuff I was just thinking of earlier, there's a lot of Hololive video games out there that we could check out that are like fan-made. I would love to get more into that as well. I want to have a Pillars of Eternity / Avowed lore dump stream, but now that I think about that, it's going to be hard to research without spoiling things. I also don't really feel comfortable just booting up someone's YouTube lore explanation video and doing a watch along of that. That makes me feel kind of bad. But if I give them proper credit and everything, maybe it'd be okay. I mean, this makes me feel lazy, I guess. But I'm not the one that can explain all of it to you. I did load up my Pillars of Eternity save the other day. I was looking at my magic items and stuff, and I was like, holy cow, this sounds like a in-game Dungeons and Dragons adventure, like what all this stuff that I'm reading, and I guess that's vaguely what it is. But I think I've multiple times on stream I've said that my character in Pillars of Eternity dual-wielded spears. That's not actually true, I learned, I remembered. My character did use 2 spears, but they would use a spear in one hand and a pistol in the other hand, and we had 2 sets of spears and pistols. And my character was a rogue as well. When I look at what I've chose to do back in the day, it makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's alright. I got through the game, so I had the classic, like, and we'll talk about it more later. I had classic roles though on my team: tank, DPS, range DPS, that kind of thing. Off tank. I feel like it worked well. Also, I want to have some art streams later this year. I've said that a bunch on stream. Just gonna say it again. But I think the difference is gonna be it's not gonna be like what you are maybe used to seeing, like where someone's drawing a really cool illustration. It's gonna be more of like graphic design. And I don't know what the general perception is of, or general understanding of the difference between those two things, but part of the stream would be probably to explain the difference between those two things. So yeah. It would be more of a graphic design kind of stream though. Or maybe we do pixel art. But I need to get into the habit of doing the art stuff on my own first before I feel comfy enough to do it on stream, I think. So, basically the big one to look out for us and our channel next month, Avowed, come in the middle of February. And with that, chat room, that is the end of our first Mashed Potato Monthly. Wow, yay, hooray! And we have our little credit screen here. I have a thank you for watching, along with some reminders for the YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, which is, you're already here on Twitch. That's you guys. You're there already. Probably. I say probably, but right now, currently, absolutely yes. In the future, VOD watchers might not be here. Who knows where they are at. And it's another reminder that I'm only Mashed Potato Flow in one spot. As on YouTube, I am Mashed Potato Flow 2. On Twitter, I'm just Mash with no ED, Potato Flow. And on Twitch, we're the real deal. YouTube has all of our old VODs, guys. You can feel free to check those out. More recent VODs are always available on Twitch. Please follow me on Twitter if you wouldn't mind, because I'm tired of getting porn bots liking my tweets, and it would be nice to have an occasional human interactions. And also follow if you're not following already, as we continue our adventure into becoming a more serious streamer. I have my credits of our music background here that we're trying out. I think I kind of liked it. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as well. It wasn't too invasive. But that's it. That will do it for us for today, chat room. I am on the fence if we're going to have a gaming stream after this, because honestly, I spent most of today doing, finishing up most of this, and I'm a little tired, and I don't know what we would play. But you never know. I might be back in a few hours. If not, we'll be playing Chef RPG tomorrow in the afternoon as we decorate the tea house and I think we do a soft opening on that. Alright, chat room. Thank you all again very, very, very much for joining me on this first one. Hopefully we'll have another one next month. And we'll probably be... Oh, yeah, I just realized. We're going to be talking about Avowed a lot in that one too, aren't we? Because by then we'll probably be done with Avowed. And I'm going to be like, can you believe that Avowed was either an amazing game, it was so good, so oh my god, I loved it. Or it's going to be... I knew it wasn't going to be any good. Oh my god, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? We will have to see. Hope you all will join me for that. Chat room, I will see you all when I see you next. Thank you again, and have a good rest of your weekend. Goodbye. Thank you.